Hello BookTube, Emmy Walker here to do my April wrap-up. I did really well this month and I finished 12 books. I know there's a lot of you out there who may say, oh, 12 books, pish, I can read 30 books in a month. But for me, 12 is amazing. I'm happy if I can finish 6. Though I have been really good lately and I've been finishing my TBR. I've been very determined to knock the TBR pile down. It would help if I would stop buying books and adding more to them, but I've discovered since being on BookTube that I'm not alone in this sickness. So first up we have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This book was just as weird as I anticipated. I don't know if I will continue on with the rest of the series. I did enjoy the book, but I don't really think it's very high up on my list of things to read. If I ever have a hankering for some weirdness, I will certainly get into the next ones, but for now I think it'll just be I'll be okay with reading just this one. Then I finished The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. There are other short stories in this book, and I said in my TBR that I might try them, but after finishing The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, I felt sleepy myself, so I had a hard time getting through Mr. Irving's storytelling. I don't know, I feel like Rip Van Winkle would be fun, and I think I'll pick that up later. Maybe I'll do something where once a month I'll read one. I mean, 20 pages isn't really anything, but for older style writing it can be a little bit. Next up I finished Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. I did enjoy the story, but not as much as I anticipated. It has a very cool story where a girl, Amy I believe, she is transported to Oz and discovers that Dorothy is power hungry. She's drilling all over Oz for magic, and she's become this kind of crazy, whatever. But I really was irritated with Amy throughout the book. I felt like she kind of contradicted herself a lot of times and she never followed through, and I kind of just wanted to pull her hair and push her down in the mud, I guess. But it was a good story, and I certainly will pick up the next one, which I think is called The Wicked Will Rise. I already purchased it, so of course I'll read it. But yeah, so for now that's that. The next book I finished was Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. I don't actually have my copy at the moment. My sister's borrowing it, so I will put an image right here for your viewing pleasure. This was a really funny book, and clearly my sister thought so as well, so she stole it from me, and hopefully I'll get that back soon. It's a quick read, and it's very enjoyable, especially if you're having a bad day. It'll perk you right back up. Next book is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This was another book that I did enjoy, but not quite as much as I was anticipating. I think with all of the hype surrounding this one, it made it seem like it was going to be this over-the-moon book, and while it was great, it was not as great as I was hoping it would be. This was another where the main character irked me. I've been having a lot of issues with female protagonists in general. I feel like they are very whiny and just hypocritical, I guess. Then I completed with my son Through the Looking Glass. This is actually the vintage edition, which has both Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I'd already read the first a long time ago. I feel like I should probably reread it because I forgot kind of what happened. The books are so different than what you see in the movies. But this one I actually didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. I don't know if it's because I put such a large break in between them, but this one was, I don't know, it's just kind of, maybe I'll try to read it again in one sitting. With my son, we tend to read it, just a few pages at a time, so maybe those breaks also added to the just general confusion you feel when you read, these books. But, Lewis Carroll has an interesting mind. Then I read Eon by Alison Goodman. I actually did a review of this one. I don't know if I put it up just yet, but if not, it will be up soon. This one I really did enjoy too. It's a honker of a book, so there's a lot of material to get through, but it was a very good story, and I look forward to reading Iona soon. Then I actually completed today The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, and this is on audiobook. I had picked up the physical book a few years ago, and for one reason or another I put it down and never could get back into it. I had hoped that by reading or by listening to this one I would want to continue on reading the other two books. Unfortunately, while I did enjoy the story, it's not enough for me to want to read them. if I ever come across them in the audiobook form, I will definitely listen to them, but it just wasn't enough for me to want to invest the time to read a book. And finally, I completed the Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamara Pierce. I'm technically still reading the 4th book, but there's only about 80 pages left in this one, so I'm finishing that tomorrow, and that's still April, so I count it. But I didn't know when I was going to have time to film, so I'm doing this now. I did a video for the first one, Alana, the First Adventure. I really enjoyed these books. I know I had said somewhere that I think Harry Potter has a runner-up. I don't know if it surpassed my love for Harry Potter, but it's definitely a close second. They're very simple books, but there's so much to them. This 4th book is taking a turn that I'm so nervous is going to ruin the whole series for me, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm probably going to do a review for 2, 3, and 4, a spoiler-filled one, because how do you really do a spoiler-free video for sequels? Not easily, that's for sure. I forgot, I also read SEO Trot by Roald Dahl. It's just a little, 20 pages or something like that, and I'm trying to get through my Roald Dahl books. I have read surprisingly little of his. I'm reading James and the Giant Peach with my son, and we only read about a chapter or 2 that's like 3 pages a night, and I don't know, that'll take us a little while. So there you have it, my April wrap-up. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below what you think, if you've read any of these books, or if you plan to read any. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I hope to see you soon. See you later, BookTube! She becomes vital, but not as much as I went. I don't remember what I was going to say. In paperback form, oh my god, my dog just barked, it scared the bejesus out of me.